Okay guys, welcome back to the show. Now this particular segment is a really special one because we really want to get personal with you guys and let you know what actually started us in gaming in the first place. I'm gonna run a clip to let you guys know what game really influenced me into starting gaming anyway. Let's run that first clip. Has to be SNK Neo Geo fighting games. These were awesome for me. I remember running down from school, running to go play King of Fighters 98. This was really awesome for me. Oh, this is one of my combos from Samurai Showdown 4. Awesome, yes? Yep, I'm a real Neo Geo hack, I must say. I love Neo Geo games. I wish I had one at my home, like the arcade console version, but that was awesome. Now, onto my number 2, and my most favorite gaming franchise has to be Devil May Cry series. And let's run a clip of that. My favorite one actually would be Devil May Cry 3. I just love Dante in this. The Dante's Awakening, that was just an awesome title. And if I ever had to be a gaming icon, hero or whatever, it would have to be Dante. Devil May Cry 4 was also really good too, but I still prefer Devil May Cry 3 amongst them all. Nero is just no competition for Dante. I don't think so. No, he's not. Okay, cool. He's lame. So anyway, that was what really actually got me into gaming and really stuck me into the gaming franchise, and I just wanted to share this with you.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what got me into gaming. You know, being one of the only girl gamers I know. But it was actually my mom. She was the one who bought all the systems for us, starting from the SNES, going all the way up. And she used to play game with us too, me and my brother. And the very first game that really touched me and really got me into RPGs, which is my favorite genre, is Secret of Mana, exceedingly old school. One of the oldest games. Not gonna show you too much, but if you were an old school gamer like me, you remember that. Now the other one that will always be my favorite game no matter what is Conker's Bad Fur Day. This was about this funky squirrel. My mom bought it not even knowing the amount of illicit content that was in there, but it remains my favorite game to this day. And that's the cute squirrel no one loves. Well, that's me, guys. Of course, keep gaming. I'm on Facebook, so ask me any question you like. Ciao.
And it's my turn. Now, of course, it's your boy Don, and I had a huge amount of influence back in the day. I was a huge handheld guy. I was not so much into, you know, the big consoles and that sort of thing. I used to play when I used to go to my friends, but I was more the portable guy. One of my portable favorites and what will remain an icon is actually, it's the cheesy game called Pokemon. No, I'm honest. Let's run the clip. So, off to the humble beginnings of Pokemon. This was actually my first one, the Pokemon Blue version. And we all know the familiar world of Pokemon. Professor Oak, you pick up the 3 Pokeballs at the start, and you got to choose, know which one. This is actually really funny because that's one of the games, the only games I know where you had to avoid grass as much as possible if your life is low. Honestly, that's hilarious. And of course, you know, when you meet epic Pokemon like Mewtwo, you have to freak out for the first time. Just imagine Don sitting in his living room playing this game. I mean, I could tell stories about it. And the number of times I actually had my save file deleted by my little brothers, that I'm gonna get you for. But the next clip is actually my second favorite, which is a bit more, it's a bit more elevated than Pokemon. That one is always gonna be a part of me again. Don't cry. that clip, let's run it. Yes, and it's no surprise that I'm a huge fan of Age of Mythology. AOM fanboys everywhere and fangirls will be applauding because this is one of the most epic games. And the first game I actually installed on my PC for the first time that I stuck my video card in there. So of course I'm gonna always remember that. It's a huge, awesome, epic game that I'm still playing up to this date and still have tons of fun kicking some tail in. So if you guys want to challenge me in AOM anytime, I'm up for it. AOM, gotta love it. That's right, Age of Mythology. So, I mean, we've all had our very significant moments in gaming, and we want you guys to also post your most significant one as well. Next up, we have Al, Twisted, with his pick.
Yeah, it's your boy Twisted, and I'm about to tell you about the game that started it all for me. And it had to be a fighting game because I love fighting games. Run that clip. It is none other than bloody raw. And what fascinated me about this game is because I was always into like werewolf movies, and it was very awesome to find a game where you could not only be a werewolf, but you could be a number of other animals. And I know that everybody has their inner animal, and definitely that is the game that really got me into gaming, especially fighters. Really lovely, a lot of combos, and like the super moves were awesome. All right. And the second game, which is a more recent game, it's because I was really in love with the Final Fantasy franchise, and they brought out a fighting game that, like, to me it was better than the regular walking around and running into monsters nonsense. So I really liked it. Run that clip, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's none other than Final Fantasy Dissidia, one of the most awesome-est, is that a word? Games I ever played on the PSP when I actually owned one until I broke the screen. But I still really appreciate that game because of the fighting styles, the way the worlds were placed, and the storyline was very, very, very deep. So those are like, and plus, I really, really like that guy called Cloud. He was one of the guys. Like, if I had to be a character in a video game, I would definitely choose him. Okay? So those are my two games, and tell me what your favorite game was on the page. Peace out.
Guess what? The most maniacal, y'all. And today, I'm not going to talk about which game that made the greatest impact in my life in gaming. I'm going to talk about in somebody in particular. The most maniacal had the most maniacal mentor after all. So today I'm going to give him his accolades and also his emblems, his merits and his badge. They might be the same thing, but at the same time there, it goes out to Jerry Charles, no other than Jerry Charles. He works at the St.Lucia fire station, and he's also the best hero any young fella or young figure could look up to for inspiration. He is a hero, full-time hero, and also a hero on the field and in his occupation. This guy taught me from a little boy a long time ago that pain makes you stronger. He never hold back on anything, and he taught me even the simplest things, joys in life, which is now to button mash and how to do a down forward. Yes, he taught me to do a super fireball, St. Lucia. At the age of 3 years old, this was the biggest inspiration of my life, and until this day, I want to give my honors to Jerry Charles. My second inspiration was none other than Final Fantasy. If you know what Final Fantasy was, Final Fantasy is what we golfs call in the industry the best game you could play to symbolize and express your feelings. From the character design, the skills, the storyline, the love stories. Final Fantasy is mainly love stories. And it's centered around science fiction. Could be apocalyptic, near future, might happen. Excellent genres, excellent characters, excellent stories. Battle sequences, moves. Wow, the theatrics are out of this world, literally out of this world. You know, when you play this game, you actually feel like you become the character. Look at that. Would you want to be a cat screaming at somebody? Would you want to be somebody that actually got his world torn apart by lies and deception, but because you know you're the strongest creature on the face of the planet, would you want the planet back? Come on, y'all. Don't lie to me. Most Maniacal knows best. Alright? I'm Valdez. This is why I'm most maniacal. For one reason, Jerry Charles. 2 reasons, Final Fantasy U. Stay tuned for more GamerVibe 2.0.